everybody. It is I. It is I, Key Lime. Who may or may not be live right now. Yeah, it's always the wrong one. I don't know why my streams do this. I really gotta sort that out. But I'm still pumped to see all of you, to be back streaming. It's definitely gonna be some good times. I have been jonesing for a good old stream. Just need to clean up my nonsense that are, so much YouTube maintenance. That's what I'm talking about. Now I just gotta get the shareable link and share it on Discord. And... alright, I think we finally did it. Hey everybody. It is I. Oh good, we had all kinds of sweet stuff to pick up there. So I figured I would do me some class trial goodness, do some PvP goodness. Apparently I need to complete my adventure board goodness. So we'll just do all that good fun stuff. And we are yet again streaming on every platform known to man, because that's apparently how we do. And I think I got all my notifications fixed, so that's gonna be cool. So you guys will actually see like proper animations now when people subscribe or follow or whatever. But man, it is good to be back. And this class event's been kind of fun. You know, the new weapon that we ended up getting, that Orpheus verse, is actually pretty solid. So, I mean, I'm kind of excited to use that after all of this nonsense. Just like making proper teams with it. But as far as the War Priest class event goes, it's actually been pretty easy. I'm actually curious if the team I made scales properly, because admittedly there's like a little bit of mis-synergy within it. But, I mean, I haven't had any hard fights yet, so I don't imagine it's going to start anytime soon. And I definitely had all kinds of fun flying problems on trying to get back. It was quite the experience. I ended up being like in an airplane for a solid 10 hours maybe? I think that's about right. I left Denver time, I left at 11:30, and then I didn't get back into Philly until like 9, basically. Yeah, Corn, that's like my... So like when I try and schedule a stream through OBS Streamlabs, like it seems like it's going to do what I want it to do, and then it never does. So I need to stop just scheduling streams through there and find out some other way to like get things scheduled properly. I'll spin the wheel if anybody knows where this song's from, or what other major YouTube channel uses this song. The moment the beat hit, I was just like, oh, I know what song that is. It's actually like a decent song. But yeah, there's a very prominent YouTube channel that uses this song as their bumper. But I am all sorts of happy to just be on land, to be done with like work for the most part. I mean, I have tomorrow obviously, but that should be... Yeah, I live in Philadelphia. This is the part of the song that you would know if you know. I mean, whatever, I'll just cast this up. Well, I should say I live around Philly. I couldn't say I live in Philly, but I live around it. I definitely work in the city, though. It's kind of making me sad that no one knows where this song is from. It like just triggered this crazy nostalgia in my head. It's not even nostalgia, they're like a still very active channel, but I guess I just abuse their videos too much. Oh, nice. So for folks that don't know, this song is actually from Linus Tech Tips. If you watch their videos, they use this song in their like intro bumper when the computers are all animating and stuff like that. It's this song. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know why I'm playing this like I'm like against somebody epic. Like I could literally just cast my Doomglaive and it's over. It's a small world, right? So I'm definitely gonna buy out me some stuff in the shop here because my War Priest is kind of low and I kind of want to get it higher. I actually used a Major Orb of Ascension to get the Symbol of Anu because I just wanted that weapon. But I feel like doing me some class event goodness. So this was the team. I mean, granted, that explosion was amazing. But this team basically has like 2 really strong mana generators, 1 okay mana generator with a nuker and a cleanser, and then Corvash is just there to keep things exciting. But I have had literally 0 problems running this team so far. I don't think it's the best team on the planet, but given the troops that we had to work with, it seems like it's 1000% fine. So I mean, you can kind of just like loop forever. Since War Priest gets that natural Light Storm start, I mean, this team can kind of just go and go and go and go and go. So I mean, at this point, like, and the nice thing with War Priest is actually you've got that 40% skull reduction, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Rasmus, I need a Mountain Dew flavor for this Orpheus verse. I mean, I don't really have any interest in leveling War Priest either. Like, it's honestly not the worst class on the planet. Like, they are some benefits. I can quickly talk through them actually, but I mean, for the most part, like, War Priest is a pretty skippable class. Like, I wouldn't judge anybody for not leveling it. Like, it's not so good that you need to level it or something like that. It's definitely not like that. Not a must-have, but it's a nice to have. I mean, especially for an event like this one, like, War Priest just fit the event, like, perfectly, so why not? Mana Drain, and ooh, I was about to just cast that without even looking. Wow, that was a lot of skulls. I'll take it. Let's get an early stream wheel spin for the early risers. Yeah, I mean, I agree. War Priest is not a class that you're gonna see me like run for by any stretch. Like, it's just, it doesn't, like, basically if you're looking for 40% skull reduction, there's better classes for it. Like, you would argue Sentinel would be better, or Dragon Guard would be better. So like, why would you run a War Priest specifically? The main reason you would run a War Priest specifically is if you're trying to get a lot of yellow mana at the start, because they're the only one of those that can start with the Light Storm. So like, if you're running a team that's very specifically looking for that, like, I could see you doing it, but other than that, like, it's not really a thing. Okay, only for explosions. Hey, what's up, G-Man? Welcome to the stream, my boy. Oh, there's so many matches there. My options. I mean, I don't know. I'll just pop this off. Die. And then we'll get some Orpheus verse up in this. We'll do that, and we'll do that, and then we'll do that. Kinda digging this song. I mean, the Orpheus verse weapon, if nothing else, is honestly like the best thing about this week. Like, that's actually just a really nice like weapon. I'm gonna be trying to use that as much as I can. I mean, the fact that the Possessed King is a thing and he's human, I will absolutely be trying to make those work together. So that's gonna be a good time. I just want a little more mana. I mean, do I cast it? Yeah, I just cast it anyway. I kind of like that we're starting to build like a little mini group within the chat here. There's like a lot of regulars up in this that we can actually like extend conversations between streams. Like a bunch of madmen. Wow. I'm kinda into this song. This little breakdown part is awesome. So I mean, I found this class event to be pretty easy just because the Orpheus Verse weapon is so strong. Like, basically any time I need mana, like, I have two people that are giving it to me, and then this person's just also giving it to me, so I mean, it's pretty darn simple. The only thing you really need to do is just make sure you kill down that guy so that way it doesn't start spawning more nonsense, but I mean, for the most part, you can just keep looping, having yourself a jolly old time. And then the type of mana that Orpheus Verse is making kind of synergizes with Divinish Spell a little bit, and then really Corvash is just there to suck up all the blues that he makes. Admittedly, like, I think switching Corvash for somebody else would probably be better, but since this team is just working, I find no reason to really mess with it. Oh, I should have just cast Divine there. Oh, whoops! I mean, it's just whatever at this point. Like, let's just kill her dead. That's that skull resistance for you. I'm just not gonna die. I'm just not gonna die. I think that's gonna be what I do when I rip through all these sigils. I'm just gonna try and make myself an actual Orpheus Verse team after this. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go hardcore grinding this weekend or not. Someone actually asked if I would be streaming, like, grinding for vault keys. I know Tacit definitely does that. I don't know if that's kind of my bag. Like, I'm not against streaming it. It's just I don't know. I guess I don't find it like that exciting. Like, what I'm doing is not going to be all that interesting. I'm just going to be like mindlessly zapping monsters the whole time, but what they said that they like to do is while they're grinding, they like to watch other people streaming their grinding. So it's kind of like, okay, I guess that makes sense. So I am torn, but I did make myself a an Orb of Power recently, so that was fun. Like, since the orb gods were being nice to me, I was actually able to craft something. So I figured I would, like, to me what I'm doing with Orbs of Power is treating them like a bank, if nothing else, because what I do when I get orbs is just spend them right away. So, like, at least by having an Orb of Power, it kind of guarantees that I'm not going to spend it on stupid stuff. Like, it's at least kind of banking it for when I will actually use it for something. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up, like, you know, just descending like a random bounty troop or some nonsense like that. Like, some nonsense thing that totally I shouldn't do. That's true. Yeah, I mean, that kind of a stream would give you guys plenty of opportunity to mess around. Ask me dumb questions, just go over weird team builds, all that kinds of good fun stuff. I do really want to make a streamer goal though, where when I get to 1,000 subs, I think I'm going to try and do a drunk stream, or like a drinking stream where I add like drinking things to the wheel, because I get drunk insanely quickly, and I think that would be hilarious. I don't think my girlfriend thinks it's hilarious, but I think it would be hilarious. Everyone could enjoy how, like, insanely low my alcohol tolerance is. That's a lot of blues. No more birds. This is an anti-bird stream. We see birds, we kill them. Kill on sight with them birds. Yeah, that one really spoiled us, honestly. Like, when we had that 5x, like, I went hard on it that time, but since then, it's kind of just like back to the old gnome every now and then grind. I mean, usually I'm just PvPing a lot anyway, so like I'll get a lot of just gnomes that way, but I mean, grinding for them just feels like literally grinding, which is not always the most fun thing as far as I'm concerned. like I'm kind of at a point in my Gems of War like game where I don't necessarily have to grind for much of anything, so like it's really just a matter of playing. So I mean, like just grinding out a ton of those fights. Like the best thing you can do honestly is level up classes that you're not actually using that much. So like whenever there's a gnome weekend that you're really going in on, make sure that you're leveling it up with a class that you're trying to level, so that way you'll get a ton of XP for that. Like that's honestly the best thing you can possibly do. You know what? I will actually say that my tolerance for alcohol is lower, honestly. Like, my alcohol tolerance is that bad. I mean, that should just give you a sense of how bad my alcohol tolerance is, that I would probably honestly rate my alcohol tolerance as worse than my disdain of the Hero Fan class. It's just that bad. I'm gonna zap that guy. Because that's just the kind of mood I'm in. What? I mean, that dropped further than I expected, but that's fine. We got no fun matches. Oh no. Oh, but that left our Ishbala with the beautiful shot from downtown. Yeah, I've honestly been trying to do my pet battles as much as I can lately. Like, I got my pets... Like, I have pretty much all of the pets at some level at this point. Most of them are in, like, Epic, I believe. A handful of them are in Legendary. I think I have one to Mythic. Like, that's one area of the game that I definitely need to invest more time into. Frost Mage, you don't have to really get to 100. Like, there's not that much exciting you can do at 100 that you couldn't be doing at 70. So, I mean, unless you... I mean, you'll get it to 100 anyway just by playing the class, but it's definitely not something that you have to get to 100 to be effective. I mean, once you get to 70 and you get the bouncy gems, that's the hotness. That's all you need to really worry about. Wow, the wheel! It goes! The only dangerous thing is that I create so much yellow mana that the opportunity for the bird to just snake some stuff is super high. I have to actually watch the wheel because I'm so bad at it. Oh man. The wheel is not being generous today. At least not so far. Granted, it's early in the stream, but my god. What? And... I'll just do this for fun, so that way it'll die. So I mean, actually, if we glance at Frost Mage class, I believe it gets one of those elemental pumpy things at the end. Yeah, I mean, this is okay sometimes, honestly. Like, this isn't the worst level 100 talent you can take, but I mean, as far as other ones, I mean, these are all trash. Like, someone has to die and you get a one-time stat bump. Merfolk gaining 2 magic when somebody dies, that's also trash, so those are definite trash. This has some potential because if you're running elementals, you can start to abuse that. Like, you know, the Miraji Queen's an elemental, for instance, and that's something that you could really mess around with. The new Gob Truffle Troop, that's also elemental, so you can mess around with that as well. So, like, if you're putting a Frost Mage in those lineups, you will get some actual true benefit out of this. Granted, Miraji Queen gets no benefit from magic pumping, but Gob Truffle absolutely does. There's also some decent elemental troops. So I mean, 100 certainly not required, but you're not going to cry that you got it to 100, that's for sure. And like I said, you'll get it to 100 kind of no matter what, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. But if you're looking for like Guild Wars effectiveness, you'll have that at 70 for sure. I mean, you'll have that at like level, you know, 20 or something like that, but 70 is where it really shines. That's so crazy that... Okay, I was gonna say, there's got to be a match in there somewhere. That just felt like way too many mana gems all touching each other. I don't want to take the reds. kinda into this song too. I don't want that guy to cast. No! I say no. Yeah, so every time you put a level into a class, the time it takes to get it to the next level increases, like the amount of XP required increases. So I mean, it's not going to be like an easy slog to go from 1 to 70 and then jump from 70 to 100. Like don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the XP required to go from 70 to 100 is higher than it took you to go from 1 to 70. So like, it's definitely an investment. So I mean, I definitely wouldn't go out of your way to do it, but I mean, like I said, you'll just kind of naturally get it anyway, so it's not something you have to try super hard to get. Frost Mage is one of those classes that like you'll be using it one way or another. So. I just want to cast the book. I want to book him dead. Throw the book at him. Bap! Right in the face. Book spin. Yeah. I mean, there's like, it's very rare that there's a class that you'll actually care to get to 100. I mean, there's only a handful. Like, so any class that has Fireblade, you'll definitely care about. But I mean, other level 100 talents, it'd be like the Assassinate talent you would care about. Might be it, actually. As far as like things you would actually care about at 100. Like, there's honestly not much. No casting for you two. How dare they? No, not that one. Can we fill Korvash before they get a chance to cast? The answer is we can. Probably just gonna kill them before they even get a shot anyway. So meticulous with the gem matching. Oh yeah. High octane gem matching action. I mean, I'll just hit him with that for fun. And then... I mean, I kinda just want to cast my thing, so I'll just get rid of that red. I want to throw the book at him. Book assassination. Start to actually put some damage on that guy. And then now we're in cleanup mode. Book! In the face. Yeah, I mean, Frost Mage class, you're going to use it on Guild Wars defense all the time. So, I mean, if you're not using Frost Mage on defense for Guild Wars, like, you're probably not building awesome teams, admittedly. Like, the effect of being able to freeze is so strong on Guild Wars days that not running Frost Mage is, like, really hamstringing your potential. Yeah, I mean, there is always another class to level, but it's kind of like, that just means you're probably at the point in the game now where you are comfortably playing the game, versus when you're just starting, like when I first got Sunspear to 100, for instance, like, I just started making Sunspear team after Sunspear team after Sunspear team. Like, I was just abusing the class over and over and over again. Just because it was so strong, I was able to PvP grind really effectively. I was able to do, like, you know, pretty much anything that wasn't an event with a class that I really liked playing as. But to your point, like, there is another class that you always should be leveling, but once you have all the ones that you really care about, up to 100, or up to 70 at least, like, you don't really have a bunch of classes that you need to really worry about. I mean, once your Titan is there, once your Frost Mage is there, I would say Sentinel's another one. I personally would say Sunspear would be another. I hate that I have to say me personally, because they should just be unanimously the best class, but I know a lot of people don't share that opinion. But once you have all those key classes up to 100, then you're really just looking for flavor. Like, I would say Archer is another one that's actually really cool, but the nice thing about Archer is that you really only have to get it to, like, level, I think it's 20 to start being really dangerous with it. Level 70 is just going to get you access to dodge, so, like, that's the only benefit you're really grabbing from that. So, I mean, there's tons of classes that you don't even really have to level that high to get a lot of benefit from. Oh, we're on the final round already. Go us. Let's get them orb. Hey, what's up, Goober? Yeah, Tim, Sunspear, that's what I'm talking about. If you're not using Sunspear during Guild Wars, that's the other thing. So for Guild Wars, your classes are Frost Mage, Sunspear. Like, use those as often as you possibly can. And it's almost for the same reason. So, like, Sunspear is awesome because, A, there's just tons of amazing red troops that you can mess around with. And even for days where you're not, like it's not Red Day, for instance, there's still tons of troops that have red in them with other colors. Like Infernus, for instance, is 3 colors, of course. So you can use Infernus on all of those different days. And you absolutely should, because Sunspear gives you the Snap Freeze opening, which means that you're freezing somebody right at the start, which is going to mess up their ability to just loop on you to death. So if they're running a defense team that's like the Rope Dart, Divine Ishbal, Quillen team, for instance, and you're running a Sunspear, you're going to freeze somebody. The odds are you're going to freeze somebody that's yellow, and that just means that now that entire loop that you've been like afraid of your entire life is over. Like, you know, they loop once and now it's your turn, so you actually get a chance to do something in return. So I mean, Sunspear is also insanely effective in PvP. I mean, that's like what it does. That's its bread and butter. So for Guild Wars, like pretty much every day that I can run a Sunspear team, I do insanely well, like 4-1 at worst. Whereas days where I can't use Sunspear, I don't do as well, because it's just, now you're depending a little bit more on like board RNG and dealing with like looping and all this other fun stuff. So that's why I mentioned this time around for Guild Wars, I'm definitely going to be messing around with my teams. I feel like on my non-like bread and butter Sunspear days, I have to definitely build better teams, because I'm going to lose my mind if I don't get Paragon again soon. Once I got a taste of that Paragon, I can't like go back. I have to be Paragon again, and I want to get a perfect week. Always creating goals for yourself. Don't kill my book! I have to throw it at you. Book to the face for trying to kill my book. Yeah. Yeah, they're dead. Because now I got you. Bat. Die. Spin, spin! Sunspear's not the best for defense days, admittedly. Like, so Sunspear's your offensive side, Frost Mage is your defensive side. The one defense team that I would say is actually still good with Sunspear, though, is the traditional Brown Day defense. So if you're running, like, Taipan, Yao, Queen Titania, and like either a Sky Hero or a Flammifer, that's kind of like your one Sunspear defense team that would definitely be worth it. But beyond all of that, like, you know, Frost Mage should be your defense teams for sure. Dervish is absolutely the most fun class, though. Like, when you're playing Dervish, the only problem I have with Dervish is that I almost like forget that I'm supposed to be playing the game. Like, I just start playing this mini game with myself where I'm trying to get my stats as high as I possibly can, and I like kind of forget I'm supposed to be killing the other team. So like I've lost sometimes just because I'm trying to do some silly dumb stuff. It's the only downside with Dervish. It's so fun, you might make yourself lose. It's kind of a cool con to have as a class. Bird death. I like how I'm like killing the birds as if I'm gonna need any more sigils, since I'm on the last level already. I don't know why, this song just made me think of like the foot soldiers raiding the Turtles base in like the first Ninja Turtles movie, even though the song like doesn't at all sound like that. The imagery just brought that to my head. Probably the best part about my flight, though, is like the smartest thing I did for that like dumbass flight that I was on was I put Avengers Endgame on my phone. So like that's a long ass movie, and it's a movie that I could just watch like a lot. So like I watched the whole movie once through, and then I watched it again, like just the last third of it, probably like 2 or 3 times. That kept me excited. Hey, what's up, Clear? Welcome to the stream. Round and around we go for the victory. Keep knocking stuff over at my desk, Jesus. Oh man, I almost didn't look again. No, again? It hates us. I feel so bad for our brother over on Twitch. Twitch man, we still love you. I'm always happy to see some new folks in the stream. Created so many skulls. Ooh, that worked. Hooray for me. I mean, we just hurt this guy at this point. And use that for fun. And collect that for fun. We don't have another one of her. We'll just do the skull. And then we'll hit him with the bow. And then we'll zap him with Corvash. And that was enough turns that we almost got this guy back up. Definitely will have it back up now. That wasn't smart. Oh well. But now I get to do my favorite thing. Book kill! Right in the face. And hit him with the bow. Don't let him do that. We can cast that for fun. And more fun. And then we'll let Corvash finish him off, because he doesn't get to do so much stuff. Claire, I don't know what you're saying, but I love the enthusiasm. Worst board ever. Book. Throne. And yeah, we can use that. Yeah. Wow. So many skulls. Almost missed that. I mean, just use that again, just for kicks, I guess. There's no skull matches, so we'll let the computer take them. Bap! And then we go back to having fun. Throwing the book at people. Bap! And... no. Corvash, oh, it's there. Boo. What have I done? Dun 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 dun. And whatever, I'll book him. Bap. And that for fun. And that for fun. And then we'll let you whip. Dead. And away we go on the wheel. The last fight. Can we win? Hey Jacob, so if you just completed all of that, your next goal is really going to be to get your kingdoms up to level 10. So like, there's a lot of different opinions on getting your kingdoms up to 10, but well, no, not those kingdoms. So basically you take your money and you put them into the kingdoms, so you'll see the levels that they'll go up. You'll also start to get some benefits from that. You'll get increased tributes and things like that, but the main reason you're doing that is for the stat bonuses. So you'll see like my team's stats probably look a lot higher than like a lot of other people's, for instance, or a lot higher than yours potentially. And the reason that is because I have all of this extra stats from getting all my kingdoms up a lot higher. I mean, granted, this is also like the week for these types of troops, so you get some bonus from that. But that is absolutely the next thing that you want to be doing right now, is getting your kingdom levels up. So take all the money that you're gaining from PvP, for instance, or from events, and just throw that into the kingdom, so that way you can start to get those benefits. I'll show it to you when I'm done with this fight. But PvP is going to become your best friend for a while you're leveling up your kingdoms. Like, PvP is the most efficient way you can be gaining money, so that's absolutely going to be where you want to be going. Do that one. So we can throw the book at the devoted. No devoted. I was about to say, I don't think any of that was a 4 match until that final thing just hit. Shoot the bird in the face with a bow, and we'll throw the book at the fox. And then we'll cast Divinia for fun, and we'll hit him with more skulls. And then we'll let Corvash finish him off. And that is how you beat the class event. Hooray us. What? I thought we was done. Oh, well, we're done with that. What do we think, chat? Can we get a blue? Oh, oh yeah. Oh yes. That's how we do. Let's see where that wheel goes first. Oh, no. Alright, so these kingdom levels. So what I talk about in my beginner's guide video that I've got is that you want to get these guys up to 10. So that means in here, you'll see that you have to spend money to get them, and then they'll go up and up and up and up, and then eventually when you get them to level 10, you'll get this skill bonus. And then that's really all you want to be doing. So you jump into PvP and do your fights. This is the best place to be making money. You'll also get tons of glory, which you can turn around into troops. So like that's really the point of the game that you're in right now. You just want to be PvP grinding and leveling up kingdoms. I absolutely do not recommend like bringing this up to level 2 and this to level 7 and this to level 3. Like, just focus on one kingdom, get it up to 10, and then move on to the next one, because the skill bump is really the thing that you're after. So the way you get them up to 10 star, honestly, is just be in a good guild, like, that's doing everything. That's going to be a huge part of it, because really what you have to be doing to get your kingdoms up to 10 is you need troops, and you need trait stones, and you need souls. So you kind of have to be at the point of the game where you can just readily be trading troops up. So when you're getting lots of legendary tasks done, you'll be getting tons of extra trait stones on top of like what you normally be getting. That's a huge help. Definitely go hard on explore mode during gnome weekends. That's going to help you get trait stones as well. Like, that's kind of how you really get those things up to 10. But that takes a little bit longer. Like, that takes a lot of grinding, a lot of chests you have to open to get a lot of troops, so you can get them all up to 20, get them all traded. Like, that's kind of where you're at. And then for all the kingdoms, there's always the mythic requirement. So like this one, for instance, I think? No, that's 20. Let's see. This, no, it's not going to be that one either. But you can still see that, like, one of the requirements to get them up to 10 is going to be this mythic piece. So that's going to be the other kind of, like, lagging factor, like, to really get them as high as you want. You're going to have to get the mythics. So, like, that's going to require, again, like, if you're in a guild that's doing lots of legendary tasks, you'll be potentially getting mythics from legendary tasks, but more likely what you're going to get is a lot of keys, which you can then turn into mythics. That's kind of what you're trying to do. It's not an easy thing to do, but it is a thing. But again, being in like a really strong guild, that's going to help you a lot. Like, just by being in a good guild, I think I've gotten just like outright handed maybe 2 mythics, I think. Just outright from legendary tasks. And then beyond all of that, like, just the amount of keys that I got and the amount of trade stones that I got, like, being in a really good guild is gonna really make it a lot easier for you. Like, I get, like, kind of sad sometimes when I see some people saying they've been playing for such a long time and they don't have that many mythics. To me, what that probably means is that they weren't in that good of a guild, that they were just not having that same income stream where you're not just getting tons of keys that you can then turn around into mythics. I mean, there's other benefits for leveling them up, but like really the skill point is like the most, like the next major benefit. But the extra tribute chance is honestly also extremely nice. So I mean, like when I collect my tributes, for instance, like for me, I get kind of annoyed when I don't get like at least 10 gems. Like, if I get a tribute and I don't get at least 10 gems, like, to me that's a pretty bad tribute, whereas for other folks that might actually be a very good tribute, because you're getting that extra tribute chance as you level up your kingdoms as well. So, I mean, if you have this spare resources to, like, get a kingdom up to, like, level 8, level 9, absolutely something that you can do. But if you're really struggling with resources, like, it would take you a lot to get a kingdom up to 8 and 9, and you're going to be in a really bad spot with resources after that, I would definitely say, like, just chill on that kingdom and focus on one that you can get to level 10, because then the resources you're pumping into it will at least, like, be going towards a specific goal that you care about, versus just kind of passively helping you. That would be what I'd say for that. It's all about resource management with that stuff. I really like this song. It's a very dirty back song. Hell yeah. Come on. Oh, you bastard. Go again. Come on. That's not fair. I'm just teasing people at this point. Yeah, I mean, the last thing that you would really want to do, though, is, like, spend a crap ton of resources, like, getting something up to 10, and then putting yourself in, like, a really bad spot because of it. Like, if getting your kingdom up to 10 made you have basically, like, no trade stones of any kind, or, like, you know, you runs out of souls, or you're just in a really bad spot because you did that, like, that's not really the best thing in the world. You can always grind it back up, of course, but, like, that's might be the worst Wild Queen cast I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, you gotta be managing your resources, like, efficiently. If you really hurt yourself to get a kingdom up to a 10, you'll be happy you did it, but then you'll also be super sad because the next time you get, like, an awesome troop, you won't be able to do anything with it. So, I mean, that's never the case, like, you never want to be in. I was using the Dragon Banner because I wanted the red mana to be used for getting my book up faster, but then also the yellow mana for basically everybody else. To your point, though, if I was using... Actually, I told my guild this. The banner that I should have been using was a purple and yellow. I think the Unicorn banner is purple and yellow. That would make a lot more sense. I think I just got lazy and didn't change it. So yes, my laziness is probably the correct answer. For folks that just witnessed that, that's the archer for you. So even though I'm entangled, I killed that guy straight up. Just because as long as some skull damage punches through, you can still kill them. It's amazing. So the archer class, A+ as far as I'm concerned. Just looking for brown alignment with that person, which don't exist. So we'll do this. Oh yeah. We're just gonna keep hitting anyway. Since we're going up against life and death, it's just kind of like you just put the damage on anyway. My kingdom for some brown alignment, or whatever. I'll just turn all of these. And no. Just gonna make this moon rabbit a sad man. And now I want to kill that person so badly, but I can't. We can just attempt. There we go. And now we win the game. Hooray. Yeah, Unicorn Banner would probably be the one. Yeah, so I mean, last stream we were talking to someone about joining in a good guild, like, and definitely should be looking in, like, look in Reddit, look in the Gems of War guild chat, you know, look in the main forums area, even just look for, like, people spamming and global. Like, if the guild you're in is not basically completing all of the tasks every single week and then also completing, like, at least, like, I would say 10 legendary tasks, like, I would say hopefully more, but I would say if they're not completing at least 10 legendary tasks, like, you could probably be in a guild that's getting you more benefit somewhere else. And, like, honestly, if you're having fun, like, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, don't change guilds just for resources. There's tons of awesome guilds out there, I'm sure, that don't complete that many legendary tasks, for instance. But, I mean, if a guild has requirements where you have to be donating a lot, then you're going to be getting a lot of benefit from being in a guild like that. So I mean, that's kind of the pro and the con. I mean, I was just very fortunate to find a guild that I really enjoy that also is very hardcore as far as how they play and how much they donate. So it's a huge leg up, honestly. And the way that I found them was I was just on Reddit. Someone posted something on Reddit and I just joined the Discord. And I probably got lucky, admittedly. Like, I didn't know if they were good at the time. I just, they seemed really nice. Like, there was a lot of guilds that fit different class levels. It seemed like a cool place. So, I definitely wanted to jump in. We also have the worst wheel luck on the planet at this point. I'm just gonna go bananas because I'm just getting frustrated at the wheel. It's like, I know I could just give you a code anyway, but I want the wheel to give you the code. Because that's the whole point of the wheel. Yeah, Corn, that's really good. 20 plus is definitely really good. Like, the guild I'm in is doing about 30. On average, it's 30. Just, like, based on requirements, it's going to be 30. But then sometimes, like, we just go bananas and it's, like, 60. Sometimes it's 70. Like, there was one week where someone had saved up over, like, 100 million gold, and we did... it was over, like, 120, I believe, legendary tasks that week. So, I mean, there's tons of benefit. I think my wheel is protesting right now. What is going on with the wheel? I mean, technically I shouldn't shoot off my archer right now, but... I'll wait. Yeah, that's much better. At this point, I just want to make sure the wheel works. Like, what is going on? I think Archer might actually be one of my, like, sneaky favorite classes as well. Like, just the instant skull killing and the fact that I have a consistent yellow mana creator with the Doomglaive. Like, it really, really makes the class that much better to play. Oh my lord. I think the most gold that I ever had at once was, I think I got up to 20 million at some point, but I'm somebody that, like, can't stand holding on to resources. Like, whenever, only until very recently did I start to actually hold keys. Like, before I would just blow keys no matter what. Like, I just didn't care. It was just kind of a thing. Like, whenever I see the number, like, in my chests, like, I can't not level it up. Like, I can't not spend those keys. It just drives me nuts. Honestly, MD, it's kind of like you can. So the way that I did it is join like a family of guilds if you can. I know there's at least a handful of them out there. So when I first joined the guild that I'm in, the Unholy Family, since they have levels of guilds, like I joined one of the lower level guilds to start out, and then it was kind of like the main benefit or like the main drive of like staying in that kind of a guild, even though the guild I was in at the time wasn't getting that many resources, was that I knew I could get promoted up into the better guilds. So honestly, like, I was in a guild that was still completing at least like 10 legendary tasks a week before I made the jump up. But then once I made the jump up, which didn't take too long, like I think I moved into my Unrepentant guild within maybe like 3 or 4 months of being in the other guild. It's an investment, but like I would definitely say that find a place that kind of like you can grow into. But honestly, like, I think everyone's pretty chill as far as guilds are concerned. Like, I haven't heard a lot of horror stories as far as, like, this guild is, like, super awful and they're just mean to everybody and they'll kick you if you're not doing, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, as long as they're upfront about what their requirements are and you're able to meet them, like, I'm sure all guilds are pretty cool. At least I hope they are. It'd be pretty shitty to hear that, like, there's some guild out there just, like, being verbally abusive to their members or something like that. Hopefully there's something like that. Yeah, saving money is tough. I just always want to throw it into guild tasks whenever I have money. Like, that's the immediate thing that I do. Like, you'll probably see even on stream, like, I'll just jump into the guild browser or the guild menu just because I want to see if I can donate something to push it over to a legendary task. Something that I feel like I'm going to get called out on one day within my current guild is that I like to, like, donation snipe almost, if that's what you want to call it. Like, if I see there's a legendary task that only needs, like, you know, another 200k and I have 200k, I'll just donate then. So it's kind of like whenever I check if I can complete it, I'll just complete it. So there's probably someone that put like 800k into there that spent a lot of time doing that, and then I just kind of sneak in, and then per the message it's like I did it. I don't know if that's skill me or not. I mean, everyone's getting the benefit anyway, but I feel like I'd be kind of frustrated, like, you know, here if someone's putting in all this money and then I just come in and just like swipe it. That wouldn't be fun, I don't think. Honestly, I like that better, Rasmus. Like when people donate like little trickles like that, it really motivates me, because then I want to be the guy who closes it. Like that OCD part of me kicks in, and I just think to myself, like, I don't want to look at 100k sitting there. I want to actually complete it. Oh crap! I wasn't paying attention to Moon Rabbit. Oh, we lucked out so hard just then. That could have went way worse. Sorry, I just got super serious for a second because I just realized that I was going to potentially lose. Alright. Let's win here. I mean, we're sitting pretty, kind of. But not really. Alright, that was very nice. Come on. Wheel, you gotta do me right here. This is my serious face. Oh. I have alignment. I didn't realize I killed life and death. Well, cool then. We win. Yeah, honestly, guild families are amazing. Like, I wish I knew them all so I could recommend them to you guys. I only know the one that I'm in, but I know I've seen other guilds, guild families out there, like, posting recruitment posts. So if you can jump into one of those, even if you're like a player that's just starting out, it's worth it, because you can kind of see what you're gunning for. Like, you know what you can jump into once you get to where you need to get to. And then you'll also just have a ton of veteran players that you can be talking to help you out or just chit-chat with. And you know they'll take the events very seriously. Like, tons and tons of benefits to it. There's so many browns, but I don't know if there's actually a... Oh, there it is, yeah. It's there. I'm just silly. I'm just a silly man. What? I like how I could have just matched that, and I was like, yeah. Something else that's actually kind of fun about the guild I'm in is we have 2 guilds in the same Guild Wars bracket, which makes it, like, really awkward when we fight each other, and I think we have every single time it happens. Because it's like, you know, the family's fighting themselves, it just makes people super frustrated. I think this wheel hates us, honestly, I really do. I hope to God it gives us like 12 keys in a row at this point. This team is weird. Don't think I like that team. It's potentially very dangerous. Oh, that was a glorious skull cascade. F yeah. Come on, Wheel. Do it. Do it, Wheel! No! Oh, you sack of crap, Wheel! Why? Why would you do this? I'm mad at my own wheel. Alright, we're gonna increase the chances on this wheel if it doesn't work. This is getting bananas. Like, it's a 1 in 7 chance. By now we should have gotten, like, a key or 2, based on how aggressively I'm spinning this thing, right? Just everyone's on the edge of their seat, like, when's it happening? We'll just go wheel crazy until it hits one. Thank you on the tattoo. You know what's kind of funny? Whenever I go and buy stuff at the store, that's like when I get the most comments on my tattoo. It's kind of goes all over the arm and up there. There's like some fish thing going there. But yeah, there's a story to it. So like when I was really depressed in my life, I was actually you not in a great spot. And there was this keynote speech that was given by David Foster Wallace, if that name means anything to anybody, called "This Is Water." And basically the video is just talking about like not judging a book by its cover. Everyone's going through some stuff, like find meaning in even the tiniest interactions in life. Like I just found it to be like, I don't know, it kind of hit me. It was the message I was looking for at the time. So since the message resonated with me so much, I decided to get it a tattoo. It's an extremely liberal interpretation of it, but you know, for me it meant a lot and still does mean a lot. So I went to an artist with the concept and showed him a bunch of designs that I like, and you know, he turned that into a thing. I was actually just recently talking about other tattoos that I would want to get. Like I want to get my other arm kind of done. Similar, like minimalist, but like busy style. So that's something else on the docket. But for now, financially, I just need to stay in like a better spot. So here's my life problem. Let's like have a therapy session. Is that when it comes to resources in Gems of War, you can tell that I have a very bad habit of just like spending them when I have them. And I'm kind of the same way when it comes to real life, where if I just have money in any capacity, like I feel obligated to spend it for whatever reason. So I've never been good at like holding on to money, which has been a major issue. So yeah, I gotta get better at that. So once I get better at that, I'll totally jump on that next tattoo. But for now it's just this. But I'm glad you like it. It's killing me that I can't cast my sword yet. Just, there we go. Thank you. I just needed something. Yeah, David Foster Wallace was a pretty interesting dude. I think there's actually like a book about him. I know there was a movie about him with Jason Segel. Like, you would think if I have a tattoo of the guy that I would be more up and up on it. I think he actually had some pretty serious issues. Like, I think he abused his wife or something like that at some point in there. So, like, maybe not someone that you'd want to emulate completely. But as far as, like, what he would say and the types of talks he would give, I think he was pretty inspirational, pretty insightful. Oh my god. My lord. I mean, yeah. I mean, that real money spending guide was like true to my heart. Like, it was you know, I've spent a lot of money in this game. And like, one of the reasons I did it, I hate to say, was because being in that family of guilds, like, I wanted to so badly, like, be participating at a higher level than I was. Like, I would see how much fun, or maybe not even how much fun, but just, like, everyone would be posting teams with cool troops that I didn't have, and I wanted to be, like, getting top of the leaderboards. I wanted to be, like, getting really high Guild Wars scores, and I just knew that I was not able to compete with what I had. And I'm impatient, and I, you know, at the time had the available resources to do it, so I figured I would. Yeah, I'm definitely not the person. Well, actually, you know what? That's weird with health potions, is like, health potions in games, I actually do, like, hoard those. Like, when I played Final Fantasy VII, I remember, like, I had 1 billion of everything. I had, like, 75,000 Phoenix Downs, I had, like, 1,000 Ethers, like, I had every single resource in that game, like, times 1,000, and it wasn't necessarily because I just, like, found 1 trillion of them. It's just that I would never use them. Like, I would never ever use them. I was just always convinced that I would have a reason to use them later. But, like, when I beat the game, that, you know, later, just, you know, it came and gone. So I should have used them sooner. But yeah, I hoard in some things, but in a game like this where it's all about, like, collecting stuff, that's where I get into trouble, because I do not have the patience for it. I just want to get to the fun stuff now. It is still a 20. Okay. I mean, like, we have to get a code soon, right? You sack of shit. What a sack of crap. I'm gonna hand out 2 codes actually when this wheel hits, because like this is just bananas at this point. Oh, that was bad. What are we dealing with? That team's not that scary. As long as I, Alright, good. I have alignment somewhere. I mean, I'm into this song, so that's cool. Alright, we win. Hooray for us. I mean, Final Fantasy III is amazing, honestly. Like, I love that one a lot. I think 7 still, like, takes it for me just from, like, a nostalgia perspective. Like, 7 was, like, my first major PlayStation game. I remember thinking the graphics were the best thing on the frickin' planet. But I think as far as, like, quality of game, like, 3 I'd say is probably the standard. I had some fun with 7, or, with, 10. I had some fun with 10, but for the most part, I think it's, I'm always gonna have a soft spot for, 7. But 3 is probably my next favorite. Can't do that. It's such a scary board. It's such a bad spot. Alright, well good. I'm not in a scary spot as much anymore. If I get Apothecary up and running, I'll be a much happier dude. Let's pray for the green to come down. Yeah. See, but now I have to ruin my alignment just so I can be cleansed of this evil. I'm kind of doing all these wild things right now because I'm just not getting the stuff I need. I mean, this is gonna kill me if that gets cast. Like, dear lord. My kingdom for a frickin' alignment. Alright, Apothecary, it's your turn to make magic happen somehow. No, it was your turn. And you blew it! This is ridiculous at this point. Alright, so they're definitely dead because that's going to cast and we're dead. Best I can do is delay it. Nope. We're going to die anyway. This was a sad game. This was board RNG times 1,000. Like, I didn't have a prayer with that one. My kingdom for a match. I don't know what to do about this wheel, dude. It is really upsetting me at this point. Kinda didn't want to do that, but it ended up being for the best. I don't think I played 13, so that's the one with lightning in it, right? The, that female protagonist character? Holy crap. I can only imagine, like, this is the kind of luck I feel like I would have if I was, like, chasing a new mythic or something like that. Like, there's been times where I just cannot get it to save my life no matter how much stuff I spend. It feels like that's going on right now, where The game just has decided that we don't deserve what we want. Oh my god. I'm losing it. I'm starting to get delirious. The wheel is supposed to be a fun addition to the chat. It's to the whole streaming experience. It's not supposed to be this evil villain character. What am I fighting? Holy crap. I need a, Dude, this wheel is, like, stupid. I'm, like, mad at my own wheel. It's hurting everybody's feelings. It is not being a good friend. Thank God the Orb Weaver's dead. Because I just cannot stand summoning. What in the hell? It's like depressing me at this point. I mean, the good news is that it has to be coming, right? Like, it has to be coming. Like, this is the thing that would get you trouble in Vegas. Like, it just has to happen at some point, right? Nope. What the hell? So Jacob, it's actually, it's not a tab. Let me get you the link real quick. So you go there, and then that'll, you punch the code in there, and then inside the game you'll get like a little, little treat. You get a nice gem key, get some gold, you get some souls. So, I mean, they're definitely worth it. They're not supposed to be this dramatic to get them, though. This is the day that the wheel said, we all deserve nothing. What? What is this? What is it? I'm gonna start freaking out and everyone in my building is gonna be like, what in the hell is going on in that room? Because I'm gonna just start, like, losing it. Like, statistically, this is, like, next to impossible. Like, this could not have happened. And yet here we are. We're living in the timeline where it is absolutely happening. Haha! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Woo! Oh my god. Was that wheel spin better than sex? No. No, it wasn't. But it was great. It was amazing. Oh my god. Holy shit. Double code just for you guys. Drink up. Because we earned the shit out of that one. I know. The wheel's been so generous in the past. I've never had to, like, get this angry at it before. That was, like, everyone that's in this stream, that's been in this stream for this long without a code, like, God bless you, because that required a lot of patience on your part. Oh, I didn't even... Oh my god. You know, I'm really debating with myself if I'm just gonna leave my knight at, like, level 8 for the video. Because honestly, the only thing that I'll be missing talking about is banishment at 70. And there's no way I'm gonna try and get it to 70. So that might be a very conversational guide video versus a demo guide video. I just feel like this weight was lifted off my shoulders because of that code. You have no idea. It was like driving me nuts that it wasn't coming. Oh my god. And now we're listening to, like, the most chill and happy song. Feels so much better now. Yeah. It's like, Keel, you're cool and all, but if you don't give me that goddamn code in a minute, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's how I would be. Oh my god. Now I just feel better. I feel kinda better. I'm still like secretly very mad at it. Like, I just can't believe it did that to us for that long. I mean, we're not done with the wheel, but my god. Is this where, like, if I still smoke, this would be, like, hardcore cigarette time? Oh, I was about to say, don't you dare give us a code again, like, within 3 seconds. The Wild Queen has to be a soda, right? I mean, she's just so ridiculous that she, like, demands to be named after something. What would your soda name be for Wild Queen? I mean, she makes a bunch of green, she makes a bunch of skulls. I feel like it's ripe for naming conventions here. I don't like any of that. I'm just gonna use this and maybe not die. There we go. Hooray for us. I'll just use that for kicks. I mean, the nice thing about the Battle Crashers, we're just getting a nice chunk of glory out of the whole thing. Like, I don't know how much, I mean, we're already up to 111k glory at this point. Collect my measly 121 souls. It's amazing. I mean, I hope it throws another code. That would be nice. I mean, I think since I stream a little less often, I want to try and hand out, like, codes a little more frequently, but not so frequently that I get in trouble. Like, no one said anything to me so far, and I don't think I've broken any rules or anything, but I feel like, if there's, like, one stream where I hand out, like, 20 codes, like, I'm gonna definitely get in trouble. I'm gonna hear it. And the last thing I want to do is piss off Salty. I can't have my codes taken away from me. It's the lifeblood of the stream. Like, at some point in time, I might get, like, big enough that people won't necessarily care for the codes, but it's kind of like, the codes are the draw, I think. Like, unless I'm just so wildly entertaining that people don't care about codes, but I'm not gonna go that far. I like myself, but not that much. I don't I don't know if I would tune into me just to hear me talk. Oh, that was... Yeah. I'm so glad that happened, because then we don't have to deal with that thing. Yeah, I mean, Glory is basically there for the Glory troops. You just get that thing up to Mythic, and then to just, like, spin some chests whenever there's a new Mythic out if you don't have enough. Like, that's pretty much... Yeah, Salty can't get salty. Can't have it happen. I don't even know what Salty getting mad would look like. Should be like, oh, you know you weren't supposed to do that, and now I'm going to have to take away your codes. Goodbye, 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 goodbye to your codes. So sorry, Key Lime, can't do it. I can't picture her, like, being angry. Like, what would an angry Salty sound like? I can't even picture it. Oh, you're so nice, Corn. I think you're probably the exception versus the rule, but I appreciate you saying it. Yeah, I won't get any ideas. To me, getting codes was like an important part of streaming. Like, when I first started doing it, I didn't have codes or anything, but it was kind of like, I knew that without them it was going to be an uphill battle to get viewers, because it's kind of like, that's a very strong motivating factor. Ugh, sorry. I usually try and swallow all the smoke so you guys don't see it. Just in that, like, I need relief period. After, like, the sick flight situation that I had before in, like, my work day today, I was definitely stressed. I was looking forward to just, like, having a chill stream. Get into that code territory. Come on. But, I mean, Gnome Weekend should be pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to stream during it, though. I think it would be a cool idea to stream during it, like, especially if people would watch. I just feel like watching me just murder gnomes over and over and over again. I mean, granted, I guess we could celebrate whenever we get another key, and then can spin for keys and all that other fun stuff. Like, there's fun ideas there. Haha! I turned that into a useless trash piece of crap. Gargantuar. Honestly, it's kind of like, I think folks like Tacit kind of actually helps, like, with my ability to get more viewers potentially, because I mean, he has a consistent, like, user base, so, like, he's already gotten everybody used to jumping on YouTube to look for information. So I mean, if someone like Tacit hadn't existed before I did, like, I'm not sure if my channel would have gotten off the ground at all. Like, maybe it would have gotten a lot bigger, a lot faster, or it might not have gotten off the ground at all. But I think Tacit kind of really, like, got everybody looking to YouTube for that kind of stuff. So I mean, you know, one day I would love to be as big as Tacit is, of course, but I mean, he's also been at it a lot longer. He makes content a lot more consistently. So I mean, it's extremely admirable what he has done and continues to do. But yeah, I mean, I figure if I just stay at it, like, one day I'll get there. I mean, that's the goal. Yeah, like, video length is kind of the hardest part about making videos for Gems of War, honestly, because to really, like, really explain what's going on or why you would want to do certain things, like, sometimes you have to talk a lot. I do think that there's an opportunity for me to still, like, tighten things up a little bit, though. But I do definitely run into this, like, struggle of I want somebody to really understand why something's good, why something's bad. Because otherwise it's just like, I might as well just paste a team code and then everyone can just use that team, and you don't even have to understand, like, why it's good, you can just use it. I guess, like, the goal of my videos is really to try and get you to the point where, like, you could be making your own videos one day. I mean, and it's not even like I know so much more than all of you guys or something like that. It's just kind of a, I don't know, I feel like I share a lot of information. Like, before I started making videos, I was just constantly in guild chat, like, helping people with team building and stuff like that. So it kind of felt like a natural progression. Spins the wheels. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, for a class guide, for instance, if I was trying to make, like, a really quick class guide for, like, Dragon Guard, for instance, like, I could basically end that video in, like, 3 minutes if I wanted to. It would basically just be like, get it to 100, get Fireblade, run it with Infernus, Banishment's amazing, here's why, end of video. Like, you know, I could do something like that. But I guess it's kind of like, I don't know, that doesn't feel like a useful guide. Like, it just kind of feels like it's useful information, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that was, like, the one bit of feedback I got about my longer videos. Like, when I posted that Mythic tier list video, I think that was the first video that I posted that was, like, stupid long. Someone was looking for, like, time codes. I did put time codes in my class tier list video, but I haven't gone back and done it for my Mythic tier list video just because that one is, like, so long and there's so many time codes. But the nice thing is that I do try and basically, like, make that tier list video also, like, a mini guide in and of itself. Codes, my boy. We did it. We got the code finally. Now I have to scroll back up and double check that I don't send you one that I already sent you, because I'm still bad at that. You know what I could do actually for my guides now that you mention it? Like I could almost make like a TLDR part. Like I guess that's kind of the hard thing. Like YouTube doesn't really incentivize you to make short videos, but I mean it's not like I'm getting paid or anything, so I mean I don't necessarily have a reason to try and like pad out videos or anything like that. Like, and I'm definitely not doing that now, in case anyone was curious. Like, I certainly don't make a video with any intention of like padding it out. Like, I'm actually intentionally trying to make it shorter. So, the videos that you see that are like 18 minutes or 20 minutes, like that video I probably wanted it to be like 40 minutes or 35 minutes. And like I whittled it down like just by trying to like really zero in on the information that I think is actually important. So I mean, I could still be doing better at it, but yeah, generally I feel like to cover everything to the detail that I want, like I would have to go longer. And maybe that's a failing of my own. Like I do tend to over-explain things, so it's entirely possible I could really shorten them up. I don't know, I'll mess with it. I mean, I'll give you this. I bet you the night guide video is going to be short, so you've got that to look forward to. Honestly, Rasmus, like, that's not too far from the truth. I'm definitely going to mess around with that one a little bit. I'm going to have a little more fun with that video than I do with my other videos. Because it's kind of a silly thing. It was a silly request to have that guide, and it will be a silly video in response. I'll be informational, but I will definitely have more fun with that video than I have all my other ones. Like, when I'm thinking about the content I'm going to put in that video, it's a lot more about funny little edits I can do than it is about content I'm going to say. So, that's kind of where my mindset's at with my night guide video. I do think I'm going to be wrapping the stream up pretty shortly, however, since I've given out my 3 codes and I feel good about it. And I'm kind of at the point where I'm just grinding my archer at this point. So I mean, if anyone has any random questions, comments, fun stuff, feel free to shoot them out. Otherwise, we'll probably be ending in a little bit here. Yeah, a Hierophant guide would be close to in the same vein. I mean, it might be a little bit more. Like, Hierophant at least, like, has some stuff to talk about. I might just bitch about how bad the talents are. But I mean, Hierophant, since it has access to Fireblade, just by default means that you can actually build something that will be functional and useful. But, same general idea. Like, it's just not a class that's got a ton of fun stuff to talk about. I mean, that was convenient. Was not expecting that to kill anybody. You know what I should do as like an April Fool's joke is just have like a super long video of me just talking about the Possessed King for like 4 hours. And it'll literally be me talking for 4 hours. I do think I do need to make more of those like top 10 type videos though. Those honestly seem to get the most traction with the community. Because I think they are like a little more digestible. Like, here's the top 10 weapons you need to care about. Like, that's a video you can watch like once and get the value out of it. And I generally try and be a little quicker in those if I can. But I mean, those videos seem to have a lot more staying power, a lot more views with that kind of stuff. So it seems like the community appreciates that content more than other stuff. Like I've noticed on other channels, for instance, like those videos that they have seem to be doing the best. It's not like why I made them, but admittedly, they do seem to be getting like the most traction. This board is garbaggio. I think we lose. I mean, my TPK rant videos is basically every video. Like, every video I make is secretly a TPK rant video. Like, that is absolutely true. Alright, can this one lonely Umbraxis solo their whole team? The answer is no, but let's observe. The answer was a hard no. Alright, well we can't end the stream on a loss. That just can't be how that goes. So let's just kill this life and death team and then get some ending of the streams here. I would love to turn all purples. There we go. That alignment was beautiful. Die. Now die. Were they not running that with the Orb Weaver? That felt like way too many chances to trigger their ability. Well, there we go. Alright, well, I'll give it one last spin. If this one lands on a code, I'm totally doing it, and I will deal with the consequences if that is the case. Oh nice, we gained enough money to complete a guild task for everybody. So yay for that. Let's get that all wrapped up. Another LT for the guild fam. No code to end it. But at least the guild got a bunch of trash. 1 gem key and 50 glory keys and 5 runics. This one's always the worst. But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the stream for today. So thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, it's always an awesome time hanging out with all of you. It seems like now is the worst time to end the stream since I think we're at the highest viewers that we've had so far. But such is life, I guess, for folks tuning in. It's Gnome Weekend starting tomorrow, so absolutely make sure you jump in and you take care of that. You know, I don't think it's any kind of special Gnome Weekend, but it is a Gnome Weekend, so if you're trying to level your classes, make sure you jump into Explore mode. Just explore with the class you want to level up. So if you're leveling Archer, for instance, just put an Archer in a normal Explore team. I always have my Explore team set up as such. So this is kind of the new hotness now for Explore teams. Just put whatever class you want in that bottom slot and then let the team do its thing, and you'll just get a ton of class XP for that. So if there's some class that you have that you've been like really dying to level up but you don't ever really want to do it, Gnome Weekend is kind of the time to do it. So by all means do that. But yeah, that's going to be everything for the stream. So thank you guys for hopping in. Again, it was an awesome time. Have an awesome weekend. I love all of you. And our wheel can go burn in hell. We're going to go have a chat with the wheel off stream, I think. It's going to come back with some black and blue marks on it, I think. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. Mwah.